Hey guys, Mr. Riz here to help you out. So this is going to be our warm-up video to our 3.4 section here. So in 3.4, we're going to be solving quadratics by factoring. So we're going to go over some factoring for a couple days to make sure you guys understand the process here. So the first factoring we're going to look at are just your traditional trinomials, our traditional quadratics. This is where a is equal to 1. So the first term is just going to be x squared for all these. So what we're doing here when we're trying to factor, we're doing the opposite of FOILing. We're trying to figure out, okay, what two numbers could multiply together to get our C and add together to get B. And when they're both positive, it's fairly easy. So we got to think, okay, numbers that can multiply to 10, we can think of 1 and 10, 2 and 5. That's kind of it. And then we're going to select the combination that adds up to equal 7, and that would be 2 and 5. So multiplies to give us 10. Oh yeah, and sometimes you'll see me do this. So multiply to give us 10, add to get 7. So that's going to be 2 and 5. And so we can say that it is x plus 2 times x plus 5. Remember here, we're multiplying these two things. So if you have x plus 5 times x plus 2, it's the same thing in the same order. All right. Now the next one here, this is going to be multiplying to get 45, add together to get negative 14. Okay, so the one thing about this here is we still want to think about multiples of 45. So we got like 1 and 45, we got 3 and 15, we have 9 and 5. Can 6 work? No, I think that's about it. But when we think about this here, 9 and 5 do multiply together to get 45, add together to get 14. But to get negative 14, both are going to have to be negative. So we're going to have an x minus 9 times an x minus 5. And so the one thing to notice here is that there's kind of a nice simple rule is if this ends with a plus, it's going to be 2 of the same thing. It's going to be 2 of what's in the middle here. So if we have a plus sign here and a plus sign there, it's going to be 2 pluses. If we have a plus at the end and a minus in the middle, it's going to be 2 minuses. All right, so let's keep this going here. Scroll down and do some more examples. All right, so the next one here, what multiplies together to give us 15, adds together to get negative 8? So we know these are going to be two negative numbers because we end with a plus and we have a minus in the middle. 8, 1 and 8, 2 and 4, 3 and, oh wait, no, I'm thinking 8. No, 15, 1 and 15, 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 is the magic combination. They both have to be negative. X minus 3, x minus 5. If you feel like you guys have this, pause the video at any time. Try to do them on your own and check your answers here. All right, next, multiplies together to get negative 24, adds together to get positive 10. Alrighty, so 24 is, let's see, 1 and 24, 2 and 12. We got 3 and 8. We got 4 and 6, and that's kind of all of them. So you might think, hey, 4 plus 6, add them together. But 4 times 6 is not negative 24. Okay, well, if we make them both negative, okay, one's got to be positive, one's got to be negative to make the multiplication negative. Well, if I make them one positive, one negative, I'm never going to add to get to 10. So here's the one thing is if it adds with a minus, we're going to have to subtract. So the numbers we're going to be looking at are 12 and 2. And we're going to have to take 12 and minus 2 to get a positive 10. So this is an x plus 12 and an x minus 2. We'll actually go back to this problem when we look at the one below that there. All right, so let's do another one of those minuses. What multiplies together to get negative 22 adds together to get 9. So when we are multiplying to get a negative, we're going to think subtraction here. So we got 1 and 22. And then we got 2 and 11. So we got 2 and 11. Those two subtract to get 9. We are going to have the 2 be negative to the 11 to get the positive 9. So we got an x minus 2 times an x plus 11. Now, keep in mind, order technically doesn't matter. If you have x plus 11 first and then x minus 2, that's okay. You just cannot switch up. You can't have a negative, an x minus 11 and an x plus 2. That will make a different equation. All right, so here's a good one to look back and see here. Okay, we got negative 54, and we got to get a negative 15. All right, where's some 54s? I don't know these ones too well. So let's see, 1 and 54 divided by 2 and 27. No. 3 and what was it be? 28? No. Yeah, no. Is it 3 and 18? Oh, okay, that's the combination. I could probably keep it. No, 4, 6, 9, 7. Okay, yeah. All right, so here's the combination that works. All right, so we got 3 and 18. Now, if I want to make a negative 15, I'm going to have to make the 18 negative. So we have an x plus 3 and an x minus 18. So I'm going to give you a little trick here to help you with this. So we know when we end with the plus sign, we have two of the same symbols of whatever in the middle. If we end with a minus sign, we're going to have opposite symbols. One's going to be plus, one's going to be minus. The bigger number is always going to match the middle symbol. 12 is the bigger number, it's plus. 11 is the big number, it's plus. 18 is the bigger number, it's minus on that one. So if you have a minus, the bigger number is going to match the middle symbol. Okay. Keep it going, a couple more. And then we'll move on to the tougher ones. Once again, if you feel like you got this, pause the video, try it on your own. All right, so what multiplies to give us negative 26 adds together to get negative 11, or subtracts in this case. We're trying to get 26. 2 and 13. So 2 and 13, and if we think about the bigger number is always going to match the middle symbol, so we're going to make that 13 negative. All right, so we got 2, or oh my gosh, wait, good morning. X plus 2, x minus 13. All right, here we go. Going back, switching up to positive, positive. Multiplies together to get 55, adds together to get 16. Right off the bat, I'm thinking 5 and 11. 5 plus 11, 16, 5 times 11, 55. So, and they're both going to be positive because we got a plus sign. So x plus 5, x plus 11. Alrighty, and next here, multiplies together to get 40, adds together to get 13. All right, so let's see, 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 3, no, 4 and 10, no, 5 and 5 and 8. Oh, there we go. That's the combination, 5 and 8. So x plus 5, x plus 8. So if you guys haven't noticed this here, sometimes when I get stuck, I just start multiplying. So I take 40 divided by 1, it's 40, okay. 40 divided by 2 is 20. 40 does not divide by 3, so I don't write that down. It's a decimal, so there we go. 40 does divide by 4, and I keep going until I find the combination that works. So if you get stuck, you can kind of go that route. All right, multiplies to get 80, adds together to get negative 18. It's going to be two negative numbers, and right off the bat, 8 and 10. See that one right away. X minus 8, x minus 10. So factoring, once again, guys, is really a practice here. The only way to get good at it is to like really practice it. Remember your multiples. If you don't know your multiples, you're going to have a lot of trouble with this here. And that's why they practice it so much in elementary school. I think 5th and 6th grade, you doing all the, even 3rd grade multiplication tests. We got to know these multiples. Okay. So next part here is, okay, what do we do when we have factoring, when we have a number in front? When there's a number in front, what we're going to do is to multiply to get AC and then add to get B. And so what that means is we're going to set up our X again, but we're going to multiply 2 times 3 here and put 6 down and then multiply to get 5. Now these problems are going to have an extra step. Because we have an extra number, we're going to have an extra step at the beginning, which is right here. We multiply to get our multiply number, and then we're going to do a next step at the end. So we are going to multiply to get 6, add together to get 5. That's 2 and 3. So we're going to put an x plus 2 and an x plus 3. Now the next thing we need to do is we're going to then divide by the number in front. Since there's a number in front here, we're going to divide both of those answers by 2. If it divides by 2 or divides by whatever the number was in front, we're going to just write that down. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. If it doesn't divide by 2, we're going to simplify and or slide it. So 3 divided by 2 does not simplify. So we're going to slide the denominator over in front here and make this a 2x plus 3. All right, that way, if we think about it, if we were to FOIL this back out, 2x times x gives us our 2x squared. We'd have a 3x, we would have a 2x, gives us a 5x in the middle, and the 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, so we're going to really practice these. Pause the video at any time if you think you need to go through this, but let's do this. Okay, we're going to multiply 7 times 12 is a negative 84. We're going to multiply or to get a negative 2. Since we're dealing with the negative here, we're going to think subtraction. All right, so we got like 1 and 84. We got 2 and 41. We do have 3 and something. 3 and 26. We have 4 and 21. No. 5. No. 6. 84 divided by 6 would be 60, 20. Yeah, that works out. Is that 6 and 14? 7 and 12. Oh yeah, we just multiply 7 and 12. Let's see, does it divide by 8? No. Does it divide by 9? No. Does it divide by 10? Ooh. Let's see. Skip one. Let me check this one out. 1 second, let me pause the video. I might have a problem here. All right, there was a reason why I was so confused is because this one doesn't work. So I'm going to change this one here. So we're going to make this a negative 8x. You guys won't notice because I'll print this copy off later. Okay, so we're going to look to see what multiplies together to get negative 84 adds to get negative 8, and that's going to be our 6 and 14 there. And 6 and 14, it's going to be the negative 14. Bigger number is going to match that symbol there. So we have an x minus 14 and an x plus 6, and then we're going to divide them by 7. That's the number in front. So 14 does divide by 7. That would be 2. 6 does not divide by 7. We're going to slide that in front. 7x plus 6. Okay, let's keep this going. A lot of practice here. These are good ones to practice on. If you do feel like you got this, pause the video. Try it on your own. All right, next. Okay, multiplies together. 3 times 8 is 24. Adds together to get negative 14. Both are going to be negative here. So right off the bat, 2 and 12. 2 times 12, 24. 2 plus 12 is 14. Got to make them both negative. So we got an x minus 2 and an x minus 12. And divide them both by 3. 2 does not divide by 3, so we're going to slide that over in front. So 3x minus 2. 12 does divide by 3, and that would be 4. Alrighty, let's keep this going here. 3 times 8 is 24, adds to get 10. Think about that for a second. All right, that would be 6 and 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 4 is 10. So we got an x plus 6 and an x plus 4. Okay, this is a really good one here to see why I say simplify and or slide. Because sometimes we need to simplify. So 6 divided by 8 does simplify to 3 over 4. And 4 over 8 does simplify to 1 over 2, but we're not going to leave them as fractions. We're going to slide both of them over, and we get a 4x plus 3 times a 2x plus 1. So sometimes both numbers can be in front. All right, next one here. Multiplies together to get a negative 12, adds together to get 11. This is a one that's almost too easy. People forget. That'd be 12 and 1. 12 is going to be positive. It's going to match the bigger number of the middle term. It's going to match the bigger number. So we have an x plus 12 and an x minus 1. Divide those by the number in front by 4. 12 does divide by 4. That's 3. 1 doesn't divide by 4, so we slide that over. 4x minus 1. Keep this going. 9 times 6 is 54. Adds together to get negative 17. Both are going to be negative here. All right, so 54. 1 and 54, 2 and 27. No, 3 and 18. No. 4, no, doesn't work. 5 doesn't work. 6 and 9. No. Is this another one that doesn't work out? No, let me pause the video. Or did I forget something? Yep, this is another one. Man, I gotta stop trusting ChatGPT with making up these example problems. I'm gonna change this to 15. All right, so if that was a 15 we're looking for, combination here, 3 and 18. So we got an x minus 3 and an x minus 18. All right, x minus 3, x minus 18. All right, we can divide those both by 9. Now, 3 does divide by 9. It comes out to be 1/3, and we're going to slide that over. So we get a 3x. Oh man, this is actually so weird one. Minus 1 times 18, that is x minus 2. All right, actually, this one, I forgot to tell you guys about GCF factoring. We can divide all those numbers by 3. So actually, I'm going to change this number to 25. So there's the thing called GCF factoring. If you are watching this video, thank you for doing that. You'd want to see first, can you divide all those by the number in front? Which is something you guys definitely need to watch out for. But for my level of Algebra 2, we're going to kind of keep it simple. So I'm not going to throw like any GCF factoring out as a curveball right away. Make it 25. That should be better. All right, let's move on from there. Last 4 problems here. We got this, guys. All right. Okay, let's multiply together to get negative 10, adds together to get negative 9. So we do got to think subtraction, 10 and 1. And we're going to have to do negative 10 with a positive 1. So x minus 10, x plus 1, divide them both by 5. Really, guys, too, if I'm going fast, it's just because I had a lot of practice. And to be honest, once you have practice like this, it becomes quicker. This is why it was so critical that you guys understand your factors, your multiplication, times tables. All right, 10 does divide by 5. That is 2. 5, or 1 does not divide by 5, so we're going to slide that over to 5x plus 1. Okay, next one here. Multiplies to get negative 60, adds together to get 11. Both of them are going to, well, no, one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. Let's see, 1 and 60, 2 and 30, no. 3 and 20, no. 4 and 15, yep, that's the combination. So 4 and 15. 15 is the bigger number, it's going to stay positive, 4 is going to be negative. This is a fun one because we can divide both by 10 and they both simplify. I'm going to simplify them first, divide them both by 2, that'd be 2 over 5. And if I divide this one by 5, that becomes a 3 over 2. And slide them both over. So the final answer would be a 5x minus 2 times a 2x plus 3. All right, 2 more problems to go. 6 times negative 20 is negative a buck 27. Ooh, man. All right, let's see. We got 1 and 120, 2 and 60, 3 and 40, 4 and 30, no, 5 and 24, 6 and 20, 7, no, 8. Is it divided by 8? 8 and 15. Oh man, there's the combination. All right, we can do 8 and 15. 8's going to be negative, 15's going to be positive. Going to match that. So we got an x minus 8 and an x plus 15. Oh, this is another fun one because they both simplify. That would be a divide them both by 2, 4 over 3. 15, wait, divided by 6. We can divide them both by 3. That'd be a 5 over 2. Slide them around. 3x minus 4 times a 2x plus 5. Alrighty, last one here. What multiplies together to get a 88, adds together to get a negative 19? Both are going to have to be negative. 1 and 88. Nope. 2 and 44. Nope. 3 doesn't work. 4 and 22. Nope. 5 does not work. 6 does not work. 7 does not work. 8 and 11. 8 and 11. Oh my God, it was staring me right in the face. So we get an x minus 8 and an x minus 11. Divide them both by 11. 8 does not divide by 11. So we get an 11x minus 8. 11 does divide by 11. That would be 1. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. This is going to help us set up for the next section here. We're going to start solving quadratics by factoring. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.